side, picking up some much-needed yards and first downs. You are looking live at Jayco Arena in Middlebury, Indiana, and if you are a basketball fan in the state of Indiana, where else would you want to be tonight? This is the biggest game, boys or girls, in the state this evening. The 5th-ranked Washington Panthers take on the 6th-ranked Northridge Raiders on this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. And how you doing, everybody? Alongside my business and broadcast partner, Angelo Carlo, it's Chuck Freeby. Craig Heatherly will join us courtside momentarily. The Washington Panthers, they are lightning in a bottle. But that's been an awfully big bottle. It's been going on for about 5 years. Steve Reynolds has another terrific team. 10-1 on the year with not one, not two, but 3 Division I players.
Well, and those 3 Division I players, Kiera Reynolds, Raya Wilson, and Monique Mitchell, all have played together for such a long time. They're all seniors. They're all 3-4-year starters, and they've light up the gym and the scorebook and the stats. They're so talented. They're going to be a handful. There's a reason why everyone thought they would be good. They're showing it on the court so far this year.
And while the Panthers are used to getting road tests, Steve Reynolds is very wary of coming into this facility tonight.
I don't like coming here because it's so good. You know, the Jayco Arena, you know, you got Doug Springer, you got the support and all this green that is not quite our green. But we enjoy it. We relish the competition, and we like going places and trying to beat them on their home court. So it's something we take pride in.
Doug Springer has done a marvelous job with the Northridge program. They have won back-to-back sectional titles, and while they may not have the star power of Washington, what they do have is a very well-balanced and explosive team.
Yeah, they got 4 players that average double figures, and I've been really impressed by Lily Scholl, their sophomore forward, who it leads the team in both points and rebounds. We saw her as a freshman last year really come to age in the sectionals against Elkhart, and she's only gotten better. But tonight, certainly her biggest challenge, as she'll be matched up inside with Kiera Reynolds.
And while Doug Springer admits that Washington is an elite opponent like Tom Petty, they won't back down.
Well, we might race tonight. No, honestly, we play really, really fast. We're going to do what we do. You know, I know we've had some coaches tell us you got to slow them down. You got to try to take that away, and that's not who we are. Not this year. In the past, it has been. This year, this group likes to run, and so we're going to get out and we're going to take what the defense gives us. If that means that we can run and get a couple layups, we're going to try that. If it means that we need to sit back in zone and move the ball, we're going to be able to do that as well. But both teams want to get out and run, and it's going to be who can slow the other one down the most.
It is so great to have the former Mishawaka and Mass Lowell star Craig Heatherly back with us on the sidelines tonight. And Craig, we are at the midway point of the girls' basketball season. Both of these teams are 10-1. How important is a measuring stick game like tonight, not only to the players but to the coaches?
Opportunity like this in the regular season to play top-notch talent. So despite the result, both teams, both coaches are going to learn so much more about their team, because when the pressure goes up, and it's going to go up tonight, your most ingrained behaviors and habits are going to come out. And that's something you can't replicate in practice. So fans, grab your popcorn for this heavyweight fight. It's going 10 rounds.
Very good. Back up here in the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth, we have a lot to cover on this edition of the St. Joe County Police Department pregame show. Up next, Ange chats with our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. He'll do it next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
You're watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week, brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, Patrick, Reliance, the Lillier Insurance Agency, Big C Lumber, Crown Trophy, your neighborly hometown heroes, and these great sponsors.
Shopping for tires used to be like pulling teeth. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to drill down to the right tires for me.
What?
Oh, I got a great deal. My tires shipped fast and free and arrived the next day. I even got 2 years of free road hazard protection.
Where?
You're darn right, wow. Next time your tires get long in the tooth, visit TireRack.com.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
Your garage door keeps your home, family, and valuables safe and secure. Make sure it always looks good and works well. Precision Garage Door is your one-stop shop for design, installation, and repairs. Count on us to help you choose the right materials, style, and color for your new door. And when you need repairs, we're ready.
Dream it. We design it. You need it. We've got it. We crank it out so you can crank it up. We work with purpose to power your passion. It's game on, so come on. Let's elevate adventure. Let's take life to the next level today. Let's become better together. This is Patrick.
This portion of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you by Tony Letcher with Health Markets, the right policy at the right price. It is time now for our Sports Michiana Student Athletes of the Week presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. We have Kira Reynolds, a senior at Washington High School, Ella Mohammed, a senior at Northridge High School. We'll start with Kira, a member of the basketball team and volleyball team, ranked 18th in the senior class at Washington High School. How do you balance everything between academics and athletics?
I would say my support system has helped a lot. I mean, my parents being my coaches has obviously helped, just being able to maintain, manage both things, on and off the court. So my mom will bring me food or stuff like that, or my parents help me with a lot. So I think it's really my support system that helps me do that.
Your team does a lot of volunteering, including at the South Bend Food Bank. What are those experiences like to be able to give back to the community?
I think it's good to have a chance to give back to the community because, at one point, a lot of these people, a lot of stuff we're getting is from sponsors and stuff, so it's good to always, try to give back because we've been given to a lot of things.
You have a very unique opportunity next year. You're going to go play D1 basketball at Purdue and play with your two older sisters. I know you talk about this a lot and answer this question, but how neat is this opportunity going to be for you?
I do answer it a lot, but I don't really get tired talking about it because, me and my sister's relationship is really, good, and really looking forward to play with them. I haven't played with Mila for a while, so, I mean, it'll be fun to get back to that. And, I mean, playing with Amaya, I love playing with her, especially since she's a point guard. I mean, I think that we, like, move the ball with each other really well, and I'm just super excited about the whole thing.
What does being a Washington Panther mean to you?
I think it's something bigger than ourselves. I mean, in our community in South Bend, there can be a lot of stuff going on. I mean, it's a good time when you come and watch our games. I think that we're a fun team to watch. I think that, I mean, we really we make it fun to come watch us. I mean, I think it's worth the trip, anywhere where you come and watch us. I think it's just something that our community can look forward to and, something to smile about.
Kira, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ella Mohammed is senior for Northridge Raiders. Also is involved in track, has a 3.95 GPA. How do you balance everything between academics and athletics?
I mean, I always know that we have a 2-hour practice, 2.5-hour practice after school, so I know I have to carve out time for homework. We also do lifting in the morning, so I have a release block, and I get a lot of my homework done during that. And I just study late if I have to.
You're headed to Trine for basketball. You're thinking about majoring in psychology. Why is that?
I've always found a passion for working with special needs kids, and it makes me happy. So we do work-based learning. And I go 15 hours a week in a classroom with special needs kids, and I love it. And, it just has helped me to show me more that I do want to do that when I grow up.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to that have helped you get to this point?
Definitely my parents. They help me so much, and, they're always there to support me, whether it's bad or good. And my mom's also helping a lot with, the team and, fun things for us to do.
And then how has Northridge prepared you for the future?
Springer's prepared us a lot. His practices, all the girls that have gone into college are no, I'm prepared. So that just feels good to hear that from people that go to the next level. And he also helps to teach us to give back. We do a lot of voluntary stuff, and it'll help us when we grow up.
Ella, thank you very much. Congratulations. Kira, congratulations one more time. Kira Reynolds, Ella Mohammed. Our Student Athletes of the Week presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. We have the opening tip-off of this outstanding top 10 matchup in girls basketball next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners, so you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
In 1969, America celebrated men landing on the moon. Now the USA is trying to return, and Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is helping pave the way. IFT is providing paint, chemical conversion coatings, and non-destructive testing services for NASA's Space Launch System and Orion spacecraft, which will deliver astronauts to the moon and possibly Mars. Help make it happen by joining the Imagineering Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/careers.
Just graduated high school and now wondering what's next? Ready to start making a difference? Now is your chance. The St. Joe County Police Department Correctional Officer's starting pay is $50,000. Working in the jail can teach you life skills that you can use as a correctional or police officer. Benefits include vacation, medical, dental, and vision. For more information, call Sergeant Kylie Williams at 574-245-6263 or apply at sjcpd.org.
I joined Notre Dame Federal Credit Union a long time ago.
1978.
I've been a member over 15 years.
I've worked with Notre Dame my whole banking life.
44 years.
I have my checking account there, I have my savings account there.
Really value the
community-based banking system.
My credit card with Notre Dame, I have my car insurance with Notre Dame.
I can't say enough good things, really.
I have my auto loans with Notre Dame.
My whole life is at Notre Dame
I
Credit
will
Union.
remain with them until the day I die.
It's one unique, one special vibe.
Are you tired of auto service from big box stores and new car dealers? 45 years ago, my parents, Bud and Diane, founded Zolman's with a strong commitment to the community. Today, Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care is still family owned and operated with over 150 employees and families. And we offer a price match guarantee on any tires from any local dealer, while providing complete auto service on all makes and all models, serving you and your family for 3 generations. Buy local, shop local. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. Time now for the starting lineups. Here's Anj.
All right, for Washington, Zay Alexander, a 5'9" junior forward averaging 6 points per game. Kyra Lowe is a 5'7" sophomore guard averaging 3.5 points per game. Raya Wilson, 5'8" senior guard, 16 points. 5.8 steals per game. She's second all-time in Washington history to someone named Skylar Diggins. She will be playing at Winthrop next year. Kira Reynolds, 6'3", senior center, 18 points, 13.5 rebounds, 5.7 assists. She's 9 blocks away from 500. She'll head to Purdue. And Monique Mitchell, 5'10", senior forward, 17 points and has 20 three-pointers this season. She'll head to Akron.
The lights go off for the Northridge introductions as we check in on what the teams are wearing tonight, sponsored by It's Tops in Mishawaka. And if you had an old-fashioned black and white TV, you'd be just fine tonight, because Washington is in the black uniforms with the white numbers, white letters, and white trim. Northridge in the home whites with Raiders in green and green numbers.
And the Northridge starters brought to you by Horizon Transport. Macy Rigsecker is a 5'2" junior guard, 2.3 points per game. She'll bring the energy. Rylan Goodwin, a 5'5" senior guard, averaging 12 points and 4.2 assists per game. Ella Mohammed, a 5'6" senior guard, 10 points, 4.5 rebounds per game. She does have 24 threes on the season. Cam Conley, a 5'11" junior forward, 11.3 points and 23 threes this season. And Lily Scholl, a 5'10" sophomore forward, 14.7 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 3 steals per game.
Let's look at our keys to win for tonight's game, brought to us by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. And for South Bend, Washington, they want to disrupt the flow of the Northridge offense, keep their turnovers low. Washington has had a big problem with turnovers this year, and block out the noise, not just the literal noise, but the noise surrounding the hype.
And for Northridge, they want to hit the glass. You're going against one of the top rebounders in the state in Kira Reynolds. They got to stay composed in this big game environment, and let's get physical. They don't want to be out-toughed by Washington here tonight. As we get set for the opening tip-off, it'll be brought to you by our friends at the neighborly Hometown Heroes.
And a quick look at the series history since 2000. Washington leads it by a count of 7-2. The last time they played was 2019. Washington won that game 53-49. We're ready for basketball on Sports Michiana. The opening tip brought to us by Neighborly Hometown Heroes, won by the Washington Panthers, who are 10-1 on the year, coming off a win over Detroit Wayne on Saturday. Monique Mitchell down the lane for two, gets the Panthers the early lead, and they'll show full court pressure against this Northridge attack. Doug Springer's team 10-1. They got a win over Concord on Saturday. Steal by Raya Wilson. She's done that a few times in her career, but it's taken right back by Northridge. Rylan Goodwin brings it across the stripe for the Raiders. Goodwin dishes it off, and the reverse layup by Lily Scholl is good. They got Kira Reynolds in the no man's land, and she didn't have any defensive help down there.
Good early response there by the Raiders. You know, you give up a quick point, seconds into the game, commit a turnover, get the ball back, stay composed, and get the bucket the opposite way.
Cross-court pass off the hands of Kyra Lowe, and quickly Washington has made two turnovers, and Steve Reynolds barking at his team.
Certainly wants to get that under control, has the press continuing here. Just 1 minute into this outstanding matchup between two of the top 10 teams in the entire state of Indiana in girls basketball.
And Wilson is called for the foul. The senior, who is committed to Winthrop, picks up the first violation by either team.
Horizon Transport offers flexible schedules, excellent pay, and the freedom to travel. Join our team of professional drivers delivering RVs nationwide. Apply today at horizontransport.com, where your journey begins. Go Northridge, go Ella.
Scholl's 15-footer is off the mark, and the rebound comes to Kyra Lowe. Panthers on the run. Wilson all the way for two. Raya Wilson, the 5'8 senior, averages 16 a game, and Washington knocks the ball away and forces the turnover. It went out of bounds off Lily Scholl. And this is what Washington will try to do. They talked about disrupting the flow. Steve Reynolds told me yesterday at practice they want to create chaos. Lowe thought about the three. Instead, the lob to Kira Reynolds, taken away by Scholl. And Northridge has numbers. Ahead to Goodwin for the layup. Off the mark. And the rebound to Monique Mitchell.
Great crowd on hand, and they were ready to explode after that one.
Macy Riegsacker got the steal. Three on the way, buried. Ella Mohammed gets her 25th three-pointer of the year. She's been hot lately from beyond the arc. The Raiders have their first lead of the night.
This first quarter brought to you by the South Bend Alumni Association, supporting South Bend students every step of the way. The South Bend Alumni Association funds extracurriculars, helping all students succeed in school and beyond. Learn more at southbendalumni.com. Go Panthers.
Ella Mohammed called for the foul, her first and the team's first. And Doug Springer will quickly go to his bench and put in Taylor Baugh, the 5'11 senior, to take the place of the diminutive Riegsecker. So a bigger lineup on the floor right now for the Raiders. Reynolds kicks it out to Mitchell for three. Rims out with the rebound to Wilson. She lost the handle, and Northridge comes away with it. Mohammed cross court. Mohammed for three. Too strong that time, and Mitchell skies for the carom. Wilson in a hurry for two. Raya Wilson has an explosive step to the basket.
Her speed is a problem, as we can see from the amount of steals she has. Second in the state in that category, and as we mentioned in the open, second all-time at Washington in terms of steals to Skylar Diggins, but she can do it on the offensive side as well.
Kira Reynolds does what Kira Reynolds does. She is the state's leader in block shots, approaching the 500 mark of block shots in her career, and she erases that one. In the corner, the three misfired that time. I think it was Conley who took it. And here comes Washington the other way with a 1-point lead. It has been end-to-end action in the early going. Wilson spinning, and we'll go to the line for free throws, sponsored by Washington High School Athletics.
Freezing temperatures, sleet, snow have arrived. Are your tires ready to tackle winter's worst? Experts at TireRack.com will get your vehicle ready for prime time. As you take a look at the replay, brought to you by our friends at Springer Dental Care.
Raya Wilson, 64% foul shooter on the year, misses the first. Free throw shooting has been a problem for Washington this season. They only hit 57% from the stripe. Raya's dad, Ryan, was the best friend of Washington basketball coach Steve Reynolds growing up, so he's known her a long, long time. 5 points for Wilson, a near steal for the Panthers in the backcourt. Now a foul called on Zaya Alexander.
Before the game, we interviewed our Student Athletes of the Week presented by Tony Letcher. Tony, a lifelong resident of Michiana and a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher Health Markets to connect.
Rylan Goodwin, the all-conference guard in the backcourt here for Northridge. Got a great screen from Conley, then let it fly. Couldn't hit the shot. And the rebound knocked out of bounds. It goes off Reynolds, and it'll be Northridge ball.
We mentioned our replays tonight, brought to you by Springer Dental Care, voted best dental provider in Elkhart County. Get back on track with all your dental needs with 5 locations and soon to be a 6th in Mishawaka. Schedule your next visit at springerdentalcare.com. Go Northridge.
3 on the way. Mohammed couldn't get that one to go. Mitchell, another rebound. She's had a nice game on the glass tonight. Wilson going right into the paint, shut off that time by Goodwin. Mitchell spinning through traffic, short of the shot, and the rebound comes to Scholl, and she's bumped from behind. If that's on Alexander, that's her second, and it is.
That depth for Washington is a bit of a problem behind the big three. Don't have much behind them. And then also they're light. They don't have a JV program to bring kids up as well. So that could be an impact for this team throughout the year, especially if they get into foul trouble or if injuries come into play.
Alexander checks out Michaela McNeil, the transfer from Grant High School in Fox Lake, Illinois, comes into the game. She's a 5'10 senior. Backdoor pass got through, but then Northridge stepped out of bounds with the ball.
3rd turnover for the Raiders so far. Washington actually has 5 midway through this first quarter.
I would say both teams a little sloppy, but I think it's as much a credit to the pressure defense that's being played by both teams.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to go fast, and you're facing a top-notch defense on the other side. So there's those adjustments as well.
Reynolds finally got a touch facing the basket. She's such a good passer. She hits Mitchell for 3. The assists for Kira Reynolds are underrated. She is 9th in the state in assists. And it showed on that play.
64th assist of the season for Kira Reynolds.
Baugh has it stripped away, and Wilson will take that candy to the bank. Timeout, Doug Springer. It is sponsored by Horizon Transport. 3:16 to go first quarter. Washington has exploded to a 12-5 lead on Sports Michiana.
Full timeout by the Raiders.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. Chuck Freeby, Angelo Carlo, Craig Heatherly back with you from Jayco Arena, 12-5 Washington.
Broncos Restaurant and Lounge is conveniently located across the street from Intera Field. Since 1964, Broncos has been serving generations of families with their award-winning pizzas, sandwiches, and pasta. Thank you to Broncos for feeding our crew tonight.
Northridge trailing by 7. Lily Scholl kicks it back outside. Goodwin spins into the lane, and the shot blocked, but will they call a push-off from behind? It is a push called on Raya Wilson, and that's her second foul. So quickly some foul trouble for Steve Reynolds' team tonight. And Araya Wells, a 5'5 junior, checks into the game.
And Wilson's been the difference maker early on with 7 points and 2 steals.
3 on the way. Got it. Reagan Huss buries her 14th three-pointer of the year. She is shooting 67% now from three-point range.
Not bad for a player coming off the bench.
14 out of 21. Reynolds with the ball up top. Great feed to Mitchell for 2. Like I said, an underrated passer. Here's Goodwin coming into the paint. Scholl lost the handle briefly. Good defense by Lowe. Huss outside, now Goodwin. Got a step on her person. Scholl lobs it down low to Conley. Nice give and go, but Scholl couldn't handle it cleanly. Disrupted the play. Ball with the putback won't go. And the rebound to Scholl. Goodwin, a little runner from 15, won't drop. And Reynolds finally gets the loose change. Bringing it up the floor. That's 6'3" coming up the floor and fouled by Taylor Baugh.
So Reynolds will now go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws as we take a look at the replay brought to you by Springer Dental Care. Such great control for the 6'3" forward, senior, Purdue-bound Kira Reynolds.
Free throw sponsored by Washington High School Athletics. Reynolds only a 56% foul shooter. If there is one flaw in her game, this would be it. But just such a tremendous player as Steve Reynolds, making a little more liberal use out of his bench tonight than he normally does. And both free throws missed by Reynolds as Talia Alexander has checked into the game now for Washington.
2 of the 3 Washington D1 players now sitting on the bench as Monique Mitchell joins Raya Wilson.
Meanwhile, Ella Mohammed steps up and hits the wing jumper. It's a 5-2 run for the Raiders. And now where do the points come from? Well, that's not a bad option. Couldn't hit the layup, though. The rebound to Alexander, and she airballs it. Here's Scholl racing the other way. Down low to Yater. Great pass and a foul called. I think this one might be on Reynolds. We'll see.
Your home deserves the best, and your neighborly hometown heroes are here to deliver. Glass Doctor secures your home with expert glass care. Mr. Handyman takes on small fixes to big improvements. And 5-Star Painting revitalizes your space inside and out. Trust the pros who bring you peace of mind above all else.
Lily Scholl at the line hits the first. The foul was called on Michaela McNeil. That's her first. The 5th on Washington, so everything from here on out a 2-shot foul for Northridge. Scholl, a 69% foul shooter, couldn't get that one to go, and another rebound for Kira Reynolds. Northridge, once down 7, has cut it to 3. Mitchell back in the game for Washington. Nice lob pass, but the ball knocked out of bounds by Zoe Yater.
A lot of kudos to Zoe Yater. Done a nice job covering Reynolds inside here.
They really look like they're doubling up on Kira Reynolds and trying to force other people to beat them.
Monique Mitchell yelling out the instructions as she goes for the inbound.
That's a nice option to have. Toss it to the 6'3" girl. Let her get the bucket and the bump.
Free throws coming up for Kira Reynolds, brought to you by Washington High School Athletics. Or I should say free throw, because she made the bucket.
Call it on Zoe Yater, her first.
Want to help your team look great? It's Tops can help. They're the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana, and they can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
Isis Robbins, a 5'10 freshman, comes in for Washington. She replaces McNeil. Reynolds, her first 3 points of the night. She averages almost 18 a game. Full court pressure broken by Northridge, and how Conley put it right through the legs of Mohammed. Here comes Washington the other way. And a timeout called by Steve Reynolds. 55 seconds to go first quarter. 17-11 Washington on Sports Michiana.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
That timeout brought to you by South Bend Schools, educating future leaders since 1867. Enroll today, thrive tomorrow. Visit sb.schools/enrollment to learn more. Go Panthers.
Washington by 6. Monique Mitchell's shot is short, and the rebound to Yater. Panthers were looking for the quick and easy hoop out of the timeout. Couldn't quite connect.
High-octane first quarter here, brought to you by the South Bend Alumni Association.
Some great ball movement by the Raiders, and it results, though, in Scholl getting her shot blocked by Kira Reynolds, her second block of the night.
2 points, 2 blocks, 2 assists.
That's her 70th block shot of the season. She leads the state in that category. 493 for her career. Once she gets to 500, she'll be only the third girl in Indiana basketball history to do that.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is a longtime supporter of high school athletics. They're also helping NASA send astronauts back to the moon.
Scholl to the basket for 2. She has 5 here in the first. Washington has to hurry. I don't think Lowe's aware of the time on the clock. And they let the first quarter run out. 17-13. What a pace there's been here in this first quarter. Northridge got it started with Ella Mohammed firing in 3-pointers. But then Kira Reynolds started hosting the block party. And from there, Washington was able to take over with Monique Mitchell bearing the 3. Panthers by 4 after 1 on Sports Michiana.
Are you tired of auto service from big box stores and new car dealers? 45 years ago, my parents, Bud and Diane, founded Zolman's with a strong commitment to the community. Today, Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care is still family owned and operated with over 150 employees and families. And we offer a price match guarantee on any tires from any local dealer, while providing complete auto service on all makes and all models. Serving you and your family for 3 generations. Buy local, shop local. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Patrick at Bowering Outdoor Enthusiasts. Since 1959, they also sponsor our sideline report. Craig Heatherly, it seems like a frenzy from up here, but what about down on the floor where you not only have the pace of play, but the noise to contend with?
Chuck Freeby, it's loud. I can't hear you, but what I will say is that it was great tempo, tremendous tempo up and down the floor by both teams. Both teams differently in the half court, having a different plan of attack. Northridge by cutting to the basket, South Bend Washington by attacking off the dribble. 9 points off turnovers there for South Bend Washington in the first quarter.
Conley for 3, ring it up. Cam Conley is 24 of 52 from three-point range. That's 46%. And then a lack of concentration by the Panthers leads to a turnover, and the Raiders can take the lead right here.
Second quarter brought to you by Topping Dental. They provide optimal dental care to the Michiana community and welcomes new patients to all 3 locations in Middlebury, Napanee, and Elkhart. Learn more at drtopping.com.
Riegsecker to Goodwin. She thought about the 3, instead goes in for the scoop layup that's awry, and here comes Kira Reynolds for Washington. Look at that spin move. That's why she's going to Purdue, folks.
She made that look so easy. So easy.
It's not. Panthers by 3. Scholl to the cutting Goodwin. She had to get rid of it, and Scholl lost it out of bounds. Raider fans wanted a foul. They'll be sorely disappointed.
Horizon Transport is hiring drivers to deliver RVs across the country. No forced dispatch, no trailer required. Just you, your truck, and the freedom of the road. Start your adventure at horizontransport.com. Go Ella, go Northridge.
Scholl down on the block over Mitchell, couldn't hit. And here comes Washington's Kyra Lowe. And she loses it just as quickly. Scholl finding the open Mohammed off the mark, but Goodwin was able to collect it, and then Scholl down low traveled.
Update you on the turnovers. I've got Washington with 7 early on, Northridge with 6. Both teams had settled down for the better part of the second half of that first quarter, but now racking them up here early in the second quarter again.
I'm glad you are keeping track of that. I would probably run out of ink in my pen.
Whether it's Medicare, individual or family insurance, or even small business insurance, Tony Letcher with Health Markets is your guy. He doesn't want you to be his client just today. He wants you to be his client forever. Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com.
And the bank is open for Michaela McNeil, who gets her first basket. She averages 7 points a game. At the other end, the scoop by Goodwin, no good. Scholl lost the battle for the loose ball, and Washington comes away with it. Lowe looks for help, and there's Reynolds.
It does show in the scoreboard in terms of Washington being ahead by 5, but it does seem like things are coming easier for the Panthers than they are for Northridge. Northridge looking like they have to do that much more work, and Washington helping them out, obviously, as well with now their 8th turnover of the first half.
Well, ever since Raya Wilson came out of the game with 2 fouls, that has somewhat disrupted the flow of the Washington offense. She is their point guard. Goodwin paused at the 15-foot mark. Now Baugh, and she rides that one in. Taylor Baugh, the 5'11 senior, only averages 3 points a game. Most of the time she's on either her quarter horse or her thoroughbred, but she was able to hit that jumper and bring the Raiders within 3 until Reynolds goes down the lane. Good battle by McNeil for the loose ball. Couldn't get it to go, and then it goes out of bounds off Northridge.
That's a tough one for the Raiders. That's one you're really going to want. You get Reynolds to miss the shot, then you allow the second chance opportunities. You take a look at the replay of that last basket by Ball, and brought to you by Springer Dental Care on the opposite end. And now we're back to live action.
Reynolds missed a layup. Here come the Raiders the other way. Rieksecker off a beautiful feed from Conley. Oh, what a dime by Cam Conley, and Steve Reynolds wants timeout. 5:03 to go in the first half. The timeout sponsored by South Bend Schools. 21-20 Washington on Sports Michiana.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies, IFT, where quality is a way of life.
For more than 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping people find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. They're nationally known, locally run by an outstanding team that believes in supporting the Michiana community. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
I want to go downstairs to Craig Heatherly real quick and ask Craig. He mentioned earlier he couldn't hear a word I was saying. It seems quieter now. Is it?
It is. It is. I can hear you now.
Okay.
Is that all you wanted to ask
That's
him?
all I wanted to know.
Thank you for that expert analysis, Craig, down from the courtside.
That's why we brought him in to replace Bo Hunt for the night. Sponsored by Patrick Industries. Kira Reynolds had it stripped away by Rieksecker, and the little guard racing up the floor. Raiders have a chance to take the lead with a bucket here. Outside, Rieksecker couldn't get it to go. And the rebound to Mitchell.
That one went. Craig wouldn't have been able to hear you probably.
Lowe will walk it up for Washington. Boy, you don't see that too often.
No Raya Wilson for an extended period of time.
Lowe charged. It was Goodwin who was set underneath the hoop that time.
Take a look at that replay brought to you by Springer Dental Care. Set the feet. Take the block. It's a coach's dream right there. That's what they want to see from their players, taking the block inside.
Midway through the second quarter. See the situation on the TireRack.com scoreboard at the bottom of your screen. 3 on the way. That one's off the mark, and the rebound to Mitchell.
Couple possessions in a row. Northridge had an opportunity to take the lead here and have not been able to do so.
Reynolds stop and go. Couldn't get the scoop. wanted a foul call. There was none. At the other end, Mohammed had to stop because of the transition defense, but it's popped in by Goodwin, and the Raiders are on top. First time since 6-5.
And all coming with Raya Wilson on the bench with 2 fouls.
You get the feeling Steve Reynolds' team right now is in a little bit of survival mode. That's not a bad option, though. Mitchell couldn't hit it, and there was a foul called underneath on Northridge. Somebody went over the back of McNeil.
Southland Flooring cheers on the Raiders. Visit their showroom located in Shipshewana or online at southlandflooring.com. Southland Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dreams.
First foul on Rylan Goodwin. First foul on the Raiders here in the second quarter. And
was it tipped?
It must have been, or at least in the view of the official it was. I wasn't so sure that Mitchell's pass just didn't hit the end line.
Maybe we just had an awkward ankle because everyone was playing that like it must have been tipped.
Reynolds with the left hand couldn't get it to go, but there's McNeil for the putback. Michaela McNeil is having a strong first half off the bench. She does have a winner's mindset, according to Steve Reynolds, and she has 4 points here to put Washington back on top.
Yeah, you talk about the big 3 seniors, but off the bench, another senior in McNeil giving valuable minutes here.
Here's Mohammed. Rolls off, and the rebound comes to Washington's Araya Wells.
Washington High School Athletics provides opportunities for students, athletes to excel in academics, teamwork, sportsmanship, discipline, and moral character. Continue to make South Bend proud, Lady Panthers.
Hey, McNeil again off a perfect feed from Reynolds. She has 6. And we've got a moving screen called on Northridge. This is going to go on Taylor Baugh. She came out with the elbow when the Washington player went by.
Locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend is your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning, repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive, we're here for all your automotive needs.
Huss and Yater come back in for Northridge. Remember, Huss is that terrific three-point shooter. And Wilson back in the game now, and a moving screen called on Washington. This one on Kira Reynolds, her first. And Steve Reynolds talking about it with the officiating crew. Brian Barger, Jaron Bontrager, and Paul Esquivel working this one tonight. And you at home, man, you're getting your money's worth here. So are the people in the gym.
Beautiful arena here, the Jayco Arena.
Backdoor pass collected well, but the shot missed that time by Huss. Here's Wilson on the move with pressure behind, somehow read it and is fouled. They'll call it on Rylan Goodwin. That's 2 on Goodwin.
Thank you to the Lilliard Insurance Agency for all their work in helping Sports Michiana get all its insurance needs. Real people, real service, real value. That's their slogan, but Matt Lilliard and his team live it every day. RealValueINS.com to get the personal touch you deserve as you see that replay. Brought to you by Springer Dental Care. And now Raya Wilson at the free throw line. On free throws brought to you by Washington High School Athletics.
8 points now for Wilson, who was the MVP of the Chicagoland Showcase last season. Wilson committed to play at Winthrop University down in South Carolina. Couldn't get that one to go, and it's out of bounds off Northridge. Mitchell was able to apparently tip it off a Raider player.
They're going to
talk
this over.
They'll talk about it. And I think they may wind up. Nope, they kept it with Washington. Right in front of the student body.
And Doug Springer would want an explanation. You see the replay brought to you by Springer Dental Care. You can make the call at home.
Springer has his Juris Doctorate, but the legal degree not going to help right here. Reynolds cross court. Reynolds working against Yater down on the post. Lob pass down low, laid up, bucket in the bump for an Ayanna Nicholson. Nicholson the 5'10 senior, and watch it again off the Springer Dental Care replay as she's fouled by Cam Conley.
Great job there, getting the ball inside, quickly going up, and able to finish despite getting fouled.
Washington High School Athletics sponsors the free throw missed, but Mitchell couldn't tip it in, and the Panthers throw the rebound out of bounds off Northridge.
Northridge cannot afford to allow Washington to have these second and third chance opportunities, especially when it's not Kira Reynolds getting those second chance opportunities.
Wilson airballs the three. And at the other end, Lily Scholl on the fast break missed the layup. But a steal by Goodwin. The turnovers mounting here for the Panthers. Yater down the lane. Kicks it outside. Huss for three. Not that time. Goodwin gets the carom. Another three on the way. Scholl misfires on that, but now it's Northridge getting the boards and going to the line.
Wow, what a series there, and Northridge able to get multiple opportunities and a chance here for Huss now to get some free throws. You know what's interesting, Chuck? Washington had a nice lead. Then Raya Wilson goes to the bench. Northridge comes back, takes the lead. She comes back in the game. 6-point lead again, now down to 5 after the free throw. But you see the difference that she makes when she's in the game.
Huss, a 75% foul shooter, hits the first. She has 4 points tonight, averages 5 a game. 5'11 sophomore, and the southpaw can't hit that one. Reynolds another rebound. That snapped a 7-0 run by Washington. And yes, Raya Wilson's been a difference maker. Kira Reynolds finds the bank open on a Tuesday night. She now has 7. Good balance in the attack tonight for the Panthers.
She's been pretty good too.
A steal by Wilson. So what else is new? She'll race down the floor past Yater. Couldn't hit the layup, and then Reynolds goes over the back. That's her second. Washington now has Alexander, Lowe, Wilson, and Reynolds all with 2 fouls each, as you see on the Springer Dental Care replay.
Wilson's steal that did not end up in points was her third of the evening. Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the financial institution of choice for Sports Michiana, plus hundreds of churches and schools. Link your Elevate credit or debit card, and your nonprofit earns 1% cash back. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/elevate to learn more.
Token full court pressure here by the Panthers. And let's see if Northridge tries to hold for the last shot of the first half or just set up a play. Instead, they throw it away. Mitchell not in the need of holding. She comes down and drains the jumper, and the Akron commit has 9 to lead Washington. That's the lead as well, the biggest one of the night for the Panthers. What a scoop by Goodwin. 32-25 as the first half comes to an end. We go downstairs to Craig Heatherly for a Patrick Sideline report. He has Steve Reynolds.
Coach, the game changed when Wilson came out of the game. Then he started scoring it inside at a high rate. What are your thoughts there on the first half?
Well, Raya's our catalyst. You know, she's the engine for us, especially defensively. We got in some foul trouble there. So it's hard to beat a Doug Springer team when you're not at full tilt. So we understand that.
Had a lot of success there, turning them over, scoring in transition. What's the message here to the team at halftime?
Just try to keep our composure. The student section's doing a good job. The crowd's doing a good job. We got to do a better job.
Coach, good luck.
All right, thank you.
What a first half it's been, Craig Heatherly, here at Jayco Arena. Northridge sniping threes and hitting layups and seemed to have this one where they had the lead, but back came the Washington Panthers. Ayanna Nicholson's bucket and bump helps the Panthers lead by 7 as we go to the St. Joe County halftime report next on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really grind my gears. So many tires, and the thought of choosing the right one made me, precisely. That's before I went to TireRack.com. I got the best deal hands down. My tires ship fast and free, arrive the next day like clockwork. Tire Rack even gave me 2 years of free road hazard protection. Precisely.
TireRack.com. the way tire buying should be.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Ledger, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
Your garage door keeps your home, family, and valuables safe and secure. Make sure it always looks good and works well. Precision Garage Door is your one-stop shop for design, installation, and repairs. Count on us to help you choose the right materials, style, and color for your new door. And when you need repairs, we're ready. Our friendly trained technicians work around your schedule and are available 24/7 for emergency repairs. Call your local Precision Garage Door today.
Garage doors done right.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, putting people over profits. 32-25, Washington leads it here at Jayco Arena as we welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby and Angelo DiCarlo high above the fray. Craig Heatherly is down on the sideline with a Patrick sideline report. And Craig, I want to start with Washington. We talked about Raya Wilson and the difference she made. I'm so impressed, though, with Kira Reynolds. Not only her scoring ability, certainly, but the way she's able to control a game both ends of the floor, really. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I think when Reynolds is competing at her highest level, she is dominant on the court in a variety of ways. I mean, rebounding the basketball, bringing the ball up the floor, making plays for herself, making plays for others. She can get to the rim to her right hand, to her left hand. She's a dynamic player when she competes at a high level. And, you know, Wilson, she does a tremendous job of racing that basketball up the court, flattening the defense, and making plays for herself and others. She was a true difference maker there early in that first quarter until she picked up her second foul.
Craig, for Northridge, it felt like they were right there with Washington every step of the way, and then you look at the scoreboard here at halftime, and they're down by 7. What's the messaging going in at halftime you feel to their team not to be frustrated right now being down as many as they are?
Yeah, I think in the half court, Northridge did a phenomenal job of running their offense, being patient, lots of back cuts because South Bend Washington was overplaying the passing lanes, which created scoring opportunities. The message is you've got to take care of the basketball and get shots on the rim because when they do that, they're scoring it at a much higher clip. But turnovers have been a big challenge for them, and it's creating great opportunities for a very, very athletic South Bend Washington team.
That'd be a helpful message for both these teams, really. Hang on to the basketball. 32-25 in favor of Washington. When we come back on the St. Joe County Police Halftime Report, we'll check out halftime highlights. It's all next on Sports Michiana.
You dream it, we design it. You need it, we've got it. We crank it out so you can crank it up. We work with purpose to power your passion. It's game on, so come on, let's elevate adventure. Let's take life to the next level today. Let's become better together. This is Patrick.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
Are you tired of auto service from big box stores and new car dealers? 45 years ago, my parents, Bud and Diane, founded Zolman's with a strong commitment to the community. Today, Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care is still family owned and operated with over 150 employees and families. And we offer a price match guarantee on any tires from any local dealer, while providing complete auto service on all makes and all models. Serving you and your family for 3 generations. Buy local, shop local. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
We found out about Notre Dame Federal Credit Union through a friend. We were nervous about growing interest rates, but Notre Dame Federal Credit Union communicated the entire way through that process and made us feel like we made a good move. Finding a house was the tricky part, but securing financing and going through the purchase process with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, that was the easy part. That was simple. We would highly recommend working with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The customer service is amazing.
We're back at halftime. Jayco Arena, 32-25 Washington. We welcome you back inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby and Angelo DiCarlo, your thoughts on the first half?
I think the biggest thing for Northridge is continue to get Washington to get fouls, right? 4 of the 5 starters for Washington, including Rhea Wilson and Kira Reynolds, have 2 fouls. So that could be a problem. We saw Wilson having to be in the bench for a good portion of the first half. That's what they need to do. But if they don't, Washington's full strength on the court, they're able to do a lot of damage.
Fouls aren't highlights. Buckets are. Let's show you some here at the halftime. And Ella Mohammed got the party started with a 3-pointer to get Northridge going, but Rhea Wilson, this is what she did in the first half. She got steals and went straight to the hoop. Meanwhile, Kira Reynolds holding a block party and then passed the dish off to Monique Mitchell for 3. It was 12-5 Washington at that point. Northridge able to answer with a Reagan Huss 3-pointer. Then some nice ball movement here, gets it to Lily Scholl for the layup. And all of a sudden, when Cam Conley buries this 3-pointer, Northridge is back on top, but here come the Panthers. Kira Reynolds scoops in 2 of her 7 in the first half. Northridge would have an answer. Great pass from Conley to Riegsecker for the basket. They were terrific in transition at times, would find the open player. Rylan Goodwin gets that basket. But here's a key bucket. Ayanna Nicholson with the end one at the other end. Northridge was able to close with this Rylan Goodwin scoop, but they still trail by 7, 32-25. When we come back, we'll check in with Craig Heatherly with a Patrick Sideline Report and have second half play-by-play from Jayco Arena. 32-25, Washington leads it on Sports Michiana.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Why do our auto insurance rates keep going up? Oh!
Dramatic increases in parts, labor, and medical care are causing auto insurance rates to soar nationwide. Lilliard's Insurance can protect you from auto rate increases with our available rate lock feature. And because Lilliard's Insurance is a local business, you get better service and deal with actual people. Hi, I'm Matt Lilliard. Call or text us today to see if you qualify.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Glass Doctor, Mr. Handyman of 5-Star Painting, your neighborly hometown heroes. Quickly downstairs to Craig Heatherly with a Patrick Sideline Report. What did Doug Springer have to say at the break?
Yeah, Coach said it's KYP, know your personnel defensively, know who we're helping off of, who we're doubling off of, and then offensively, it's all about pace and space. Be patient, take care of the basketball. Be patient, take care of the basketball.
Well, they didn't know their personnel on the first defensive set because Kira Reynolds was wide open for a basket to raise the lead to 9 for Washington. And here's Rhea Wilson on the run, and it is a double-digit Panther lead for the first time tonight. Wilson in double digits herself with 10. And another steal by Washington. Wilson on the drive, Euro step, had it blocked, and gets it pinballing around. Here's McNeil coming down the lane, too strong. The rebound up and in that time by Raya Wilson, and she has 12.
Well, if they weren't frustrated at halftime, they have to be frustrated now. If you're Northridge, the way, and boy.
And then an easy turnover there, and is Doug Springer taking a timeout? He will. 6:55 to go in the third. Panthers by 13 on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. Real people, real service, real value.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreation experience. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the field.
McNeil saved it out of bounds, throwing it off a Raider. A good heads-up play by Michaela McNeil, who has played an excellent game off the bench tonight.
No question. The effort she's given has been outstanding.
Mitchell had her shot blocked. The held ball situation goes to the Raiders.
Respect, loyalty, pride, courage, integrity, and dedication. Those are the many ways officers at the St. Joseph County Police Department are serving our community. If you're looking for a career change that can really make a difference, visit sjcpd.org to learn more.
Goodwin couldn't hit the little 15-footer. And the rebound comes off to Mitchell. Monique Mitchell trying to take it down the lane and draws the contact. She'll go to the line for two.
Horizon Transport offers flexible schedules, excellent pay, and the freedom to travel. Join our team of professional drivers delivering RVs nationwide. Apply today at horizontransport.com, where your journey begins. As you take a look at the replay, brought to you by Springer Dental Care. That gets Monique Mitchell to the free throw line.
And if there's one player Washington wants at the stripe, it's Mitchell, 84% free throw shooter. And she swishes both. She has 11 tonight, 1,038 points in her illustrious Washington career. One of three 1,000-point career scorers in this Panther lineup.
In fact, Mitchell and Wilson did it in the same game together not that long ago.
Northridge trying to move the ball around, but this Washington defense has frustrated the Raiders tonight. Goodwin trying to scoop it over McNeil, and that didn't work. And then Wilson caught a finger in the eye on the way by Riegsecker.
Supporting South Bend students every step of the way, the South Bend Alumni Association funds extracurriculars helping all students succeed in school and beyond. Learn more at southbendalumni.com. Go Panthers. And there you see Raya Wilson, how she got shaken up and still trying to shake off the cobwebs here as she looks to stay in the game.
This, the big girls game in the area, the big boys game in the area tonight. A battle of 5-0 teams, and Northwood obliterated Jimtown 61-26, which gives you an idea of how good Aaron Wolf's team might be this year. We'll see Northwood in January in this very arena on January 17th against Northridge, and those two schools, I'm sure, will exchange Hallmark greetings.
Yeah, no comment. Wow, I would not have anticipated that score. Jimtown has played excellent basketball to this point of the year. We saw what they did against LaVille firsthand in our first game of the week. I would have expected that to be a good game and close game, and you're right. I think it shows you what Northwood has, led by Tyler Rosh.
You see Washington send Talia Alexander back into the game for Michaela McNeil. Also, big girls game with the other top 10 team in the area, Warsaw, down at Columbia City tonight. And Lenny Krebs Tigers have a 53-40 lead midway through the fourth. The Warsaw ranked third in the state this week. Riegsecker couldn't hit the shot. Lily Scholl with the rebound. Three on the way by Conley. And Cam Conley's second three ball of the night brings Northridge back within 12.
That's their first points of the second half. It was an 8-0 run for Washington to start the third quarter, and luckily for Northridge, they finally end the bleeding with a bucket.
Nearly a 3-minute drought for the Raiders.
Now it's Washington taking their time.
And Reynolds was able to lay it up with that little southpaw hook. She has 11.
You talk about making things look easy. They made it look really easy on that give and go.
Meanwhile, the poke away and the two-shot foul coming for Talia Alexander. Alexander, another one of these Washington seniors. What a strong class of 2025 Steve Reynolds has.
Thank you, Tire Rack, for being the scoreboard sponsor for the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. Need new tires? Visit TireRack.com. Check out their easy-to-use tire decision guide. Tires, wheels, and more will help you get there.
Alexander, only a 38% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Kyra Lowe will come back into the lineup for Washington, taking the place of Zaya Alexander. She is the younger sister of the young woman at the foul line right now.
Thank you to Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony is a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com.
Looks like a little 1-3-1 zone right now by South Bend, Washington. And then a breakout here by Mitchell, and she is called for the foul.
Our replays tonight are brought to you by Springer Dental Care, voted best dental provider in Elkhart County. Get back on track with all your dental needs. Here is a Springer Dental Care replay with 5 locations and soon to be a 6th location in Mishawaka. Schedule your next visit at springerdentalcare.com. Go Northridge.
That is the third team foul on Washington here in the third quarter. You need 5 to go to the stripe unless it's an active shooting foul. Mohammed outside. Here's Goodwin. And it just seems every time Northridge turns around, there's a black jersey in front of them as Mohammed misses the 3. Wilson tried to dish it off, and Mohammed knocked it out of bounds.
Washington has outscored Northridge 10-3 here in the third quarter so far, midway through the period.
Northridge will put Allie Ambers, a 5'8 sophomore, in the game right now. She'll take the place of Cam Conley. Ambers coming back after ACL surgery in February. McNeil couldn't hit the first time. The second time is good. Michaela McNeil with 8 points tonight. She's had 3 games in double figures this season. She can be an effective player off the bench and has been this evening.
Well, to get this type of performance in a big game is extra impactful for the Panthers and Coach Steve Reynolds.
And a blocking foul called on McNeil, who wonders what she did wrong.
Broncos Restaurant and Lounge is conveniently located across the street from Intera Field since 1964. Broncos has been serving generations of families with their award-winning pizza, sandwiches, and pasta. Thank you to Broncos for feeding our crew this evening. For the third time this season, actually. And we appreciate that.
3 hit by Rylan Goodwin. She now has 7 in this game, but the lead still in double figures.
Now, here's the goal here between now and the last 3 minutes of this half. Can you get it down to single digits?
Well, they got to stop there. That helps the cause for Northridge. And they get the ball down low to Yater. And she is fouled by McNeil. That's the third on Michaela.
Your home deserves better, and your neighborly hometown heroes are here to deliver. Glass Doctor secures your home with expert glass care. Mr. Handyman takes on small fixes to big improvements, and 5-star painting revitalizes your space inside and out. Trust the pros who bring you peace of mind above all else.
Zoe Yater, a 50% foul shooter, had a career-high 10 here last Tuesday night against Wawasee. This is her first point of the evening. By the way, congratulations to Ashley Faulkner, the Triton girls basketball coach, gets her first win with the Trojans, 56-24 over Jimtown tonight. 1 of 2 at the stripe for Yater, and the rebound to Raya Wilson. 44-32 in favor of Washington. They try to go down low to McNeil, and she's called for the push-off. Or did they say she's touched the ball while out of bounds? Oh, 3-second violation. Those are called so rarely I couldn't pick up on that.
Either way, this is a point where Washington has to take advantage with Kira Reynolds on the bench.
Well, where Northridge would take advantage of Washington with Reynolds on the bench.
Sorry, yeah.
And they almost did there, but the shot missed, then knocked out of bounds by McNeil.
I said Washington take advantage. Yeah, Northridge needs to take advantage.
I knew what
here.
you meant, though. .221 to go here in the third quarter. A 3 would get Northridge within single digits, but instead it's a steal by Araya Wells. Good spin move by Wilson, and she lays it in for 2 more. Raya with 14. She has 6 in the quarter. Her 11th game in double figures this season. An impressive performance tonight by the Washington Panthers, particularly on the defensive end, Anj.
Well, this is an area they thrive in terms of steals and forcing turnovers. And tonight we're seeing it firsthand. They've done an amazing job of making Northridge look like their offense is sloppy because they have done an excellent job picking off the passing lanes.
Wilson on the dribble, calling plays out, goes down low to McNeil, and McNeil had it knocked away by Rylan Goodwin.
Sports Michiana's apparel is courtesy of our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, tumblers. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976. Learn more at itstops.net.
Kira Reynolds checks back into the game. Couldn't get that one to drop, but there's McNeil again, and she has 10. The 4th Washington player in double figures. Terrific balance by Steve Reynolds' team tonight, and another steal by McNeil. Wilson with a stop and go. And Washington will play the half-court game here. Wilson making just enough movement to make sure she doesn't get a 5-second call here.
South Bend Schools educating future leaders since 1867. Enroll today, thrive tomorrow. Visit sb.school/enrollment to learn more. Go Panthers.
That's a blocking call on Ella Mohammed. The 4th foul called on Northridge here in the third quarter. So are they going to call that an active shooting? Doug Springer adamant that the ball was on the floor, and I believe he's correct on this one. The officials agree.
They haven't wanted to take his word for it much tonight, but he gets the call this time.
Wilson in the corner. Needs a little help. And now Raya will come back outside as Washington will try to melt down the final 24 seconds of period number 3, leading by 16.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend, longtime supporter of high school athletics. Did you know they're helping NASA send astronauts back to the moon? If you want to help them, go to iftww.com/careers.
Wilson found the cutting Alexander, and she traveled. Can Northridge put something together in the final 3.5 seconds? They'll come cross-court. Conley to Yater. They don't get it off. And the third quarter comes to an end. It has been a dominating defensive performance by the Washington Panthers. And Raya Wilson is leading the way with 14. Washington is up on Northridge 48-32 as we head to the 4th on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to be like pulling teeth. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to drill down to the right tires for me.
What?
Oh, I got a great deal. My tires shipped fast and free and arrived the next day. I even got 2 years of free road hazard protection.
Where?
You're darn right, wow. Next time your tires get long in the tooth, visit TireRack.com.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Crown Trophy, nationally known and locally owned. We pick up action in the fourth quarter, but that doesn't stop us from going downstairs to Craig Heatherly for a Patrick Sideline report. Craig, what has impressed you most about Washington tonight?
Yeah, Wilson and Reynolds, we talk about them a lot, and deservingly so. But one person I want to shine a light on is Michaela McNeil. She has been a force on the inside for the Washington Panther team. She stabilized them in the half court and has just done a lot of the grunt work, the dirty work, and scored it really well around the basket, and has brought us just a strong physical presence in the half court.
All right, thanks a lot, Craig. And Rylan Goodwin at the line now for Northridge, a 79% free throw shooter. Fourth quarter brought to us by Southwind Flooring. Goodwin hits them both. She leads the Raiders tonight with 9 points. But Northridge needs a lot more than that, down by 14.
They were outscored by 9 points in that third quarter that allowed the 7-point lead to extend up to 16, now down to 14. But not the third quarter Doug Springer would want, being outscored 16-7.
And we'll talk a little bit about the speed limit that the Washington defense has made a pattern of setting. Is a steal here by Scholl, and Scholl gets the bucket of the bump after a frustration foul by Kira Reynolds.
Take a look at that replay brought to you by Springer Dental Care. Maybe not. Maybe so. Maybe not. You saw it live. It was good.
Scholl goes to the line now, a 69% foul shooter, 1 of 2 at the stripe tonight. And she gets the old-fashioned three-point play, and all of a sudden Northridge back within 11 with 7.5 to go, and Reynolds on the bench after the foul.
She does have 4.
Down low, Mitchell draws contact, and she'll go to the line for 2 after Baugh picks up her third.
So while Wilson has stayed out of foul trouble here in the second half, Reynolds has not been able to stay out of the trouble.
As you see, Monique Mitchell at the line, 11 points tonight. But after this free throw, we'll talk about the speed limit here for South Bend, Washington, because they have a remarkable string. When they hold opponents to 50 or less, they have won 97 consecutive games. And here they are again, with the chance to add to that streak if they have a good defensive fourth quarter like this effort. Wilson tapped it away. Mitchell went to the floor. Wilson couldn't convert, and then is called for the foul.
Well, based on the fact that Washington scored 49 points, I can guarantee you if they hold Northridge to under 50 points, that streak will continue.
Why do you think Uncle Chuck put that graphic up then?
Just want to allow people to connect the dots in case.
Context clues.
Context clues.
12-point Washington lead.
Fourth quarter brought to you by our friends at Southwind Flooring.
Scholl down the lane couldn't hit. McNeil comes away with the loose change. And a smart play by Alexander to slow it up.
Southwind Flooring cheers on the Raiders. Visit their showroom located in Shipshewana or online at southwindflooring.com. Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation for your dreams.
You do not want to let Monique Mitchell square up to the basket because she will do that to you all night long. Great mid-range game. Here's Goodwin's floater. It was an air ball. Now Mohammed misfires on the 3, and that's a run out for Talia Alexander. Up to Raya Wilson for the lay-in.
And all that work that Northridge did in the first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter to trim the lead a little bit. The lead right back where it was to start the quarter at 16.
That's why so many of the plays Raya Wilson has made tonight could qualify her to be our Reliant player of the game as a travel is called on Mohammed.
Well, I think we're down to 2 contenders here for the Reliance player of the game. Certainly Raya Wilson, but I think McNeil has to be in the conversation.
No, she's had a very fine game for the reasons that Craig pointed out a moment ago. Wilson will bring up the floor. The tougher part might be picking out our Big C Lumber play of the game because there have been so many good ones.
We'll just put the pressure on Josh Kellogg running instant replay to maybe just pick out a good one.
Oh, dealer's choice tonight.
Dealer's choice. We won't know. We won't know until we see it.
Play with fire, Scarecrow. Okay, here's Alexander missing. McNeil was stuffed on the way up, held ball, alternating possession. Looks like it goes to Northridge.
I don't think there's anyone happy in the building right now. Both sides. Northridge obviously frustrated. Their fans frustrated being down by as many. But now even Washington getting frustrated that maybe playing a little sloppy here in the fourth quarter.
Well, let's face it. Nobody really expected this game to be a 16-point margin in the fourth quarter. And the Raiders just kind of rushing everything, which shows in that Lily Scholl layup right there.
Washington High School Athletics provides opportunities for student athletes to excel in academics, teamwork, sportsmanship, discipline, and moral character. Continue to make South Bend proud, Lady Panthers.
Washington was supposed to play as Raya Wilson misses, then her rebound will take her to the line. Washington was supposed to play Mishawaka Marion Friday night, but apparently there's something else going on in town Friday night. So they've decided to move that game to January. And the next game for the Panthers will be on Saturday against East Chicago Central. Wilson with 16 points tonight, make it 17 for the Winthrop commit.
I have not looked, but I did see as of yesterday there were still a couple holdouts.
Michigan City and Penn boys, I think, are still on for Friday night.
That was one that I had noticed.
I believe Knox and North Judson are playing, but they're moving the game up to about 6:30 Central Time, trying to at least let people see the second half. Wilson with another steal. She might be closing in on the Skylar Diggins mark. Raya Wilson came into this game just 10 steals behind Skylar Diggins for the all-time school record, as you see another look at this one from Springer Dental Care. And Wilson now will get 2 more free throws here at the line.
Topping Dental Group provides optimal dental care to Michiana at 3 convenient locations. Visit Dr. Topping and Dr. Brown in Appanee, Dr. Swihart in Elkhart, and Dr. Jacobowitz in Middlebury. Learn more at drtopping.com.
19 points now for Raya Wilson. Her season high 24 came against Hammond Morton.
I think I just accomplished something Bo Hunt has never been able to accomplish.
Saying all the dentists?
Yeah, saying Jacobowitz correctly. Took me a second try the second time.
That's what happens when you go after the big man. Mitchell thought about triggering the 3, and Steve Reynolds said, I think that's a really bad idea. Pull it back out. Washington wants to warm up the bus. Wilson driving. Kira Reynolds fouled. Let's go down the stairs to Craig Heatherly for a Patrick Industries sideline report. And Craig, one of the things that strikes all of us is the athleticism of Washington, but I think you as a former coach might be able to appreciate it the most.
Yeah, this Washington team, obviously they're athletic, obviously they're skilled, but I just want to read off some of their heights on their roster. 5'10", 5'9", 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", 6'3", 5'10", 5'10", 5. They've got incredible length, and I mentioned it earlier. It's hard to practice against, put yourself in situations where you're under a lot of pressure in practice and perform well. It's another thing to try and replicate that kind of length when you go up against them. So that's a good reason why they're getting their hands on so many basketballs, creating opportunities in transition.
We've had viewers chime in online wondering when the next game Craig Heatherly will work is. That'll be the next game that we have for you on Sports Michiana. Tuesday, January 7th, we'll go back into boys action for an interstate matchup between Edwardsburg and South Bend Adams. The Eagles are soaring. Chad Johnston's team is undefeated. Jarvis Tolbert having a nice season. Should be fun at Hadaway Shack. We're on the air with a pregame right around 7:30. Tuesday, January 7th on Sports Michiana. 56-39. Washington in command of this one with 3:23 to go, but Rylan Goodwin just being pesky out there right now. And Raya Wilson took a couple of steps, held ball, alternating possession this time goes to the Panthers.
And if you're still with us watching this game, we'll let you know that stay tuned tomorrow or Thursday, probably tomorrow. We're going to release our schedule for the next 2 months through February 15th of the games we'll be doing. So you can really get tuned in on what's coming up. We've teased a couple of games and mentioned a couple of games, but we'll give you the full list coming up in the next couple days.
Let's just put it this way. Basketball schedule on Sports Michiana and Friday or in January, man, that is worth tuning in for.
The January Fridays are going to be phenomenal. As good as you get, really, in every conference. So it'll be a lot of fun. And this game was as good as it gets for a half. And then Washington really has shown their dominance here in the second half. And I've been impressed with how much they've been able to maintain their lead even when Kira Reynolds has been out of the game.
She's back in there now, Monique Mitchell with 16.
But even in the first half,
right,
when Reynolds was out for some minutes, they maintained the lead. They weren't able to do that as much with Raya Wilson when she was out, and you just see the difference that she makes out on the floor. Wilson's just been fantastic here tonight.
McNeil with another rebound, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Northridge. McNeil has taken a beating out there tonight at times. And Wilson will bring it up with under 3 minutes to go.
Some might say last year was a down year for high school basketball in Michiana in terms of the quality of play, at least in comparison to where it's been for so many years. But this year, certainly at the very top, 3 of the top 6 teams in the state in Michiana when you have these two plus Warsaw.
Well, and Northridge has a big tournament coming up. They host the Intera Bank Classic here at Jayco Arena. And one of the teams they'll be playing, the Highlanders from Floyd Central, who are undefeated on the season. So another opportunity for Doug Springer to test his team as McNeil raises her point total to 12. And Wilson is called for a foul.
And all 3 of those teams in 4A, and you got to throw them out there because you always know Christy Kineski will make some noise when possible, but Penn Kingsman always lurking as a possibility as a 4th team in the area that can make noise.
Well, they played Washington within 2 over at the Palace, so they have given Washington as strong a challenge as any team from the area. Washington's only lost, by the way, to number 1 Lawrence Central as Scholl misses the 3 and Mitchell comes the other way. So while, yes, Washington, they've played a couple of opponents that are below par, they've also played quite a few who are above. Detroit Wayne last week, Lawrence Central, Lawrence North, and obviously this Northridge team is a very good team.
No question. And Northridge is going to learn a lot by playing in this game. They're going to learn what they do need to work on for the second half of the season. Kind of going back to one of your original questions in the open to Craig Heatherly, the measuring stick of what this game provides. Northridge now knows the things they're going to have to work on to be ready for some big opponents coming up, including within their own conference when they take on Warsaw down the road.
And it's still a very young Northridge team, as you see Goodwin manage to get that layup to go, and Ryland has 13. She, Mohammed, and Baugh are the only seniors on this squad. And one of the things that Doug Springer and Steve Reynolds both talked about this week is we don't want to peak in December. We want to peak in February. Here's Scholl on the lay-in. She got in a little too far. And Steve Reynolds starting to clear the bench a little bit. He'll put Uriah Wells back in the game, take McNeil out, and he's got to be thrilled with the way that senior played tonight.
So should we settle any debate in terms of the player of the game? Is it?
Well, there's no debate in my mind. It's number 3.
Yeah.
She was all over the floor tonight and certainly made the huge difference when she was in the game, and here in the second half as she's been able to avoid foul trouble as Zoe Yater gets the basket. And Steve Reynolds will take a timeout. We will as well. 53 seconds left. Washington by 17 on Sports Michiana.
In 1969, America celebrated men landing on the moon. Now the USA is trying to return, and Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is helping pave the way. IFT is providing paint, chemical conversion coatings, and non-destructive testing services for NASA's Space Launch System and Orion spacecraft, which will deliver astronauts to the moon and possibly Mars. Help make it happen by joining the Imagineering Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/careers.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless. Chuck Freeby, Angelo, Carlo, Craig Heatherly with you from the Jayco Arena. Beautiful facility, college-level facility here in Middlebury, and they have really done it up right with what they have done facility-wise here. Football, basketball, just the entire school here at Northridge. Doug Springer admits we're spoiled to play in a place like this.
Well, one of the things Doug Springer was very worried about before the season was how loud it would actually be in this arena when you add in 2,000 more seats than what they had at the old Middlebury Madhouse. And I talked to him before the game. I go, how's it held up? He goes, it's really loud. I go, did it actually surprise you? He goes, yeah, we're playing Homestead, and all of a sudden a big play happens, and I kind of got shook by how loud it got because I did not anticipate it. And they've done a great job architecturally in this arena to allow the acoustics to be so good, and you noticed that down on the court when you were here last week as well.
Yeah, they were playing Wawasee last week, and the crowd wasn't nearly as big as this one tonight, and it was noisy in this arena. Reynolds hits them both. Kira now with 15 tonight. And Northridge will serpentine up the court, and we'll have a 2-shot foul for Reagan Huss going to the line. Not exactly what Steve Reynolds had in mind. Stop the clock. They'll call the foul. Well, the scoreboard has McNeil, but I don't see her in the game. Well, yeah, she is down at the other end. Okay. 4 fouls now on McNeil. Huss missed the first. Reagan with 4 points tonight. Let's make it 5. She'll come out. Riegsecker comes in. And Northridge sticking with the full court press, even though they're down by 16 with 38 seconds left. You play till it's 0-0s, right? Reynolds on the dribble up top. Kira making moves here. Remember, she's 6'3". She'll be playing with her sisters down in West Lafayette next year for Purdue, along with another Washington alum in Rashunda Jones.
4 Washington players on that roster. How neat is that going to be next year? Already amazingly cool this year with 3.
Wilson going to dribble out the clock here as this one goes in the books for the Washington Panthers. Oh, Steve Reynolds took a timeout with 2.4 seconds left.
Brought to you by South Bend Schools. He wanted to get that sponsorship in.
Apparently so.
The timeouts tonight that were for Northridge were brought to you by Horizon Transport. Our instant replay sponsor, Springer Dental Care. Our free throws in the first half. Brought to you by Washington High School Athletics. Our fourth quarter sponsor has been South Bend Flooring. Our first quarter sponsor, South Bend Alumni Association. Topping Dental Group was your second quarter sponsor. And thank you to Broncos Restaurant for their pizza. Those are our individual game sponsors here this evening. We thank them for their support.
And this ball game is over. The Washington Panthers, ranked number 5 in the state, top the 6th-ranked Northridge Raiders. Final score is 64-48. Don't go anywhere. Our St. Joe County Police Department post-game show with our player of the game and play of the game coming your way next on Sports Michiana.
Just graduated high school and now wondering what's next? Ready to start making a difference? Now is your chance. The St. Joe County Police Department Correctional Officer's starting pay is $50,000. Working in the jail can teach you life skills that you can use as a correctional or police officer. Benefits include vacation, medical, dental, and vision. For more information, call Sergeant Kylie Williams at 574-245-6263 or apply at sjcpd.org.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Ledger, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
Shopping for tires used to really grind my gears. So many tires, and the thought of choosing the right one made me, precisely. That's before I went to TireRack.com. I got the best deal hands down. My tires ship fast and free, arrive the next day like clockwork. Tire Rack even gave me 2 years of free road hazard protection. Precisely.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, putting people over profits. Welcome to the St. Joe County Police Department post-game show after a 64-48 Washington win over Northridge, as we welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby alongside Angelo Carlo. And while the Northridge band plays Sweet Caroline, Touching Me, Touching You is what Raya Wilson did tonight. They call her the glove. Her handprints were all over this game. She is our reliant player of the game, and standing by now with Craig Heatherly.
Yes, we were the player of the game, senior Raya Wilson. Congratulations. What a game. My first question to you is, what did Coach say to you guys at halftime to come out with that 8-0 start?
First he told us we have to rebound and execute. The crowd was loud, so he couldn't really tell us from here. So he was just telling us to execute and keep going no matter what. And I think we did really well with that. We took it as if we was losing, so we had to come out and show what we had.
You're an elite defender. You're electric in transition. You got the ball on a string. How much work do you put into the game to perform like that?
Well, I work out every day. Well, minus practice. I got trainers to help me with that and stuff like that. I feel like defense wins games, and without defense we won't win. So I just take that as an advantage and just use it on my offensive end.
Last question. What do you love about this team?
I love our chemistry. We all was together, the same players from last year, and just coming back in our bond. So that's all I love. Yeah, it's really a good atmosphere. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Back to you, Chuck.
All right, thank you, Craig. Craig's reports tonight brought to us by our friends at Patrick Industries. Time now for our Big C Lumber play of the game. Our man in the truck, Josh Kellogg, is a very magnanimous fellow. He wanted to spread the wealth, so he felt like Northridge deserved a little something.
And he wanted to give Lily Scholl an opportunity to actually get her replay on the air because we weren't able to see it when it was on the air earlier when the instant replay didn't work. So you see Lily Scholl, the big C, big play of the game as she gets the steal and the score. And Northridge unfortunately did not have enough of those in this game to be able to make a difference. But again, the lessons they're going to learn from tonight that they can use for the second half of the season to be ready for other big games, including the conference matchup against Warsaw, and then certainly come postseason. This is a big measuring stick game for them to learn what they need to do to get ready for the second half of the year.
Ryland Goodwin led the way tonight for the Raiders with 13 points. They fall to 10-2. They have Goshen on Saturday. 4 players in double figures tonight for Washington, led by Raya Wilson with 19. But then you've got Kira Reynolds with 15. Monique Mitchell actually at 16. and Michaela McNeil off the bench with 12.
I think McNeil could certainly have been the player of the game. When you talk about intangibles, who's going to step up outside of the big three. McNeil was a force, was a big presence inside when Reynolds was not in the game, even when Reynolds was in the game. She gave very valuable minutes. I'm not sure they win this game if Michaela McNeil does not have the game she had tonight off the bench for Washington, which is quite the statement considering the fact that they won by 16.
Yeah, I think what Steve Reynolds probably has to be happiest with tonight is the play of his 4 through 9 players on this team, because they really help carry things. Not to say that Kira Reynolds wasn't terrific. She was, and Monique Mitchell had a good game. But those players help make the difference defensively when there's no holes defensively, which the Raiders didn't find a whole lot of them. And that's why the Raiders only scored 48. Washington wins another game when they hold an opponent under 50. That's 98 straight.
Well, and that's the thing for Washington. We know the big three. Where can they get 4 through 8 up to speed by the time we get to February and we get to the postseason? Because you can't win a state championship, which they want to do, with just 3 people. You have to be ready to go. They are showing signs of having that type of development, and I think they're going to be ready for February and be ready to make a deep playoff run.
Well, we want to thank you for watching us through 2024. This is our last broadcast of 2024. We're going to take a holiday break. We hope you guys get one too. Nobody deserves the break more than our crew. Gary Martin, I hope he can come up for air after what he's done. That's Ryan Fitzpatrick with his Christmas sweater. That's Chris Skibby working camera for us. All these guys do such a great job. That guy didn't work for us at all. The final score, 64-48. Also thanks to Luke McDowell working tonight. Tony Beltran down in the truck. We mentioned the G-Man, Gary Martin. Our next broadcast comes your way from Hanaway Shack Friday, January 7th. When the Edwardsburg Eddies visit the South Bend Adams Eagles. We're on the air with that one at 7:30. And don't forget to listen to us on Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Irish Football Fix. We'll recap that Friday game between the Hoosiers and the Irish. And if the Irish win, we'll look ahead to the Sugar Bowl with Georgia. Now for my broadcast partners, Angelo, Carlo, and Craig Heatherly, Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final. Washington 64, Northridge 48. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and so long from the middle of Middlebury.
Thank you for watching the Sports Machine.
Good job, everybody.
Thank you for watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week. And thank you to all these great sponsors for making it possible. Support us by supporting them.